All right, hey guys, I've had several people ask me, how do you get your tomatoes to be like that? And so, what I'm going to do for you next is I'm going to take you through the whole progression of how I do my tomatoes. I hope you enjoy. I love using these containers. They're called hospital disposables. And what they are these disposable containers that emergency rooms and operating rooms use. I got a friend of mine who has a friend who is in the medical field, and he got me quite a few of them. They're really great for pricking seed into. So it's that simple to plant some tomato seeds. From here, we're going to label this and water it down, and we'll give it about 6 or 7, maybe 10 days, and then we'll grab those seedlings out of there. After the seeds germinate, and we can see we've got some seed right here, we are going to just dig in carefully with our pen. We're going to dig into the soil and disturb that a bit so that we can just grab this plant out. Now, this plant is not bothered with you separating him from his neighbor. So this is what we're looking for. Placing the seedlings into the tray is super simple. We just take our tool, make a small dibble, and then just drop that on the top. Now I've gotten to where I'll use my left hand to place that over the top of the hole, and then I'm going to place the rest of the roots in the plant in with the pen. All right, so since we pricked them out, now they've gone from little seedlings to these larger seedlings. I am going to push up on my WinZip tray, and you're gonna find this nice tomato plant. Now, this is one of those things that's fairly important that you pay attention to. All right, so from this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this true leaf, I'm going to pinch and twist just a bit, and I'm just gonna pinch those off. I have filled this 4-inch pot with some soil, and I'm going to place this plant nice and deep. Now you want it to get nice and deep. You can bury that entire stem. And then we're going to take some more material, and I'm just going to place it around this plant. Now I am going to firm that up, and I'm also going to leave some room right in here. And the reason why I'm going to leave that room is because it is going to allow me to water this plant real easily. I'm just going to fill that up, and then you're going to watch this water just seep down into that soil, and that will aid me in watering this guy well. Now, if you fast forward a few weeks, you're going to end up with something like this. We're going to continue taking off some of the foliage, and I'm going to get this nice long sturdy stem, and we're going to go bury this guy nice and deep. All right, hey, I brought my new tomato plant out, and he is going to be falling in line with the rest of these soldiers. I am 10 inches on center with those tomato plants. So 10 inches on center. And when we do something called single stemming, which I will cover next, you'll be fine at 10 inches on center. And again, I'm going to start balancing this plant by taking off those leaves. So we'll go 10 inches over, and I'm going to use a bulb planter. This is my tool of choice, and I'm going to get in nice and deep, really deep, because I'm going to bury this tomato plant deeply. From here, I'm going to take the tab out. I'm going to press in on this, and you see some of the root coming through there, which is a very good indication that it's time to plant that tomato. But I'm going to take this out. Notice that these roots are not root bound. They're loose down here. You want to make sure and get your plants out before they're going to have any root bound. Now, I'm going to bury this nice and deep. I'm going to take off yet another leaf. It does not need that much of a leaf, so I'm going to bury that into the ground. I'm going to take some of the soil that I had gotten from underneath there, and now this really sturdy, tall tomato has become a really short tomato, but that's good. That's just fine. All those hairs that you see along the stem, those will all become roots, and we'll have plenty of roots to grab all the nutrients for our tomato to do well. I'll replace this marker so I will know that this is an indigo cherry drop that I planted or seeded in on February 12th. All right, hey, we're gonna stop there for this video. I don't want to get these things too long, but on the next video, I'm gonna talk to you about what we do with that plant from there until we are harvesting, and then a bit further from that. While harvesting, we still need to do some maintenance on that tomato plant. But we're going to talk about generative and vegetative growth of a tomato and how we can balance those two things to make tomatoes like these here. Look at those scaffolds, just huge scaffolds of plump, nice, flavorful, nutritious tomatoes. Hey, that'll be next on Cinagro Gardens. Remember, Cinagro Gardens is here to empower and encourage everyone to grow.